Do you consider yourself a reasonably disciplined person? You go to the gym or run, you try to eat right. If you are, you really must include this 10-minute hack into your life. And that is Wim Hof's breathing exercise. I'll explain why it's a hack, but please look him up if you don't know who he is already. I'll briefly explain the exercise and what it does. I'm taking 20 sequential breaths with no pauses in between. And on my final breath, on the exhale, I hold it as long as I can. I do 3 sets of these. The incredible hack here is that it tricks your body to think it's dying, and your body will produce white blood cells. That's the physical part. On the mental part, the focus on the heavy breathing and then the sensations you feel after does wonders for your mental health. And the longer your breath hold, the better. I do 3 sets of these. You could be standing or seated or even lying down, but don't fall asleep. The handsome pet is optional, but it helps. While you guys are watching me, can I ask you a question? Do you guys know, actually know what unconditional love is? I don't mean the definition. I know the definition, but the feeling of it. I think most of us will say, yeah, well, we have unconditional love at home in our family, but that's not necessarily true. A lot of times when we do things, even for family members, we expect something in return, even a thank you, right? Like the action wasn't unconditional. I think the closest example I can think of unconditional love is when a mother visits her son in prison who's there for murder, right? She's there in spite of his actions, and there's absolutely nothing that he can give back to her. That's truly unconditional love, right? And I kind of fear that the younger generations have lost this, have lost the understanding of this. And what happens if we lose this true unconditional love? What happens when you can't see another human being of having a soul? I don't have to tell you, you see it happening today. But this love is everything. I mean that literally. It binds the universe together. Without it, humanity will just fall apart. And it looks to be we're not far from that now. So what can we do? How do we regain this love? It's so simple and obvious that most people won't even bother to try. And that is to be loving and kind to everything, all beings around you, without exception. And that's it. That's all you have to do. If you're a reader, I would recommend Viktor Frankl's book, Man's Search for Meaning. He was only able to survive the horrors of war because he had love in his heart. It seems fitting now for a Jewish man to remind us that love for humanity is the most important thing. Have you done your daily breath work yet?